Welcome to No Fun Channel. I'm Felix, and I actually just recorded this video, but there was no audio. None of the audio recorded. So I'm re-recording it. And I have my list, but there was stuff I talked about that's not on the list, so I just deleted the video. Actually, I should bring the video back. Where's the video? I'll keep the video so I can refer back to it if I can't think of something to talk about. But was almost to the end. Get ready to do something. I was going to, new segment I was going to try to do once a podcast. I was talking about that. And I look, and then the audio is recorded. I always check the audio ahead of time. I got to remember audio check. But that gives me a chance to do this. Hi, I'm Felix. Welcome back. And don't forget to like and subscribe. There is something on the video I am going to keep. I made a recording for when I do the new segment. I'm going to keep that. I am so mad right now. Actually, I might re-record it because there was a car going by and you can hear the car really good. But, oh my God, I'm just so mad. Let's see what I can remember. Talking about the week. Like I went to a wedding and the wedding made me feel old because of this niece getting married on my wife's side. She has a kid. She's getting married. It's like, she's old enough to do all that? Ugh. I'm getting old. And then my son did honor band this week. And he got so nervous he made himself sick. And lucky enough, he did that before we left. It was like 2 days before. I think he did that. No, he did that Saturday, and then he felt fine. And then Sunday we left, got back Tuesday night. The upside is where we went was only like an hour away, but we ended up staying in a hotel because it was easier than trying to drive back and forth because there were times he would have to be there at 8. One day he had to be there, I believe it was 8. Next was 9. No, it was 9 to 9:15. And even though it was only an hour away, I did not want to drive. It would have taken us at least 2 hours because we would have been driving in morning traffic. So staying down there was the best bet. And lucky enough, where we were staying was also a ghost town around 9 o'clock. So that was awesome. So it was easy to get there and get back to our hotel and just hang out. I tried to fool around with my wife in the hotel and man, I'm out of shape. I'm out of shape. So I definitely need to work on my diet. I have not been working out. I tried to work out last week. I worked out one day last week. Every time I turn around, I had to do something. I had to do this, had to do that. Take my kids to the doctor. November has been horrible for working out. I'm talking extremely horrible. And now it's cold. This week, I was going to work out Tuesday when we got back. Didn't do it. Wednesday, I worked out. Nope. Thursday, I worked out in my home gym by just doing 6 chest presses, and that was it. I got to get back in the rhythm of working out. So Monday, next week, the kids are off. And I hate going to the gym early as soon as I get off work, but I think I'm going to have to. I'm going to have to get back to that rhythm of going right after I get off work. Because when I did it that way, I was going. It's just I was move, and I went. So I'm trying to incorporate my hands. I wonder if I zoomed back. The reason I'm zoomed in so much is because I'm trying not to. Oh, that's the wrong way. Oh, it's got that box in the back is stored in this room. That's a bathroom thing, and then we didn't even use it. I went and bought tiles and stuff and put a new wall in and everything, and I need to get rid of it. Let's see. I can zoom in. No, I don't want to go that way. Well, let me just turn the camera on. Let me see if it'll turn. Nope, wrong way. There we go. But, yeah, this month has been horrible. So I want to focus more on my diet. I know Thanksgiving's coming up, but we try not to do too much for Thanksgiving anymore. Because we have so much leftover food that it's like, it's like, I hate wasting food. So I've gotten better at smaller portions on everything. Like I tried Chipotle. I did get the burrito. I got way too much stuff in it. I should have just got the brisket by itself, maybe a few things here and there, because I really wanted to try the brisket, but I really didn't taste the brisket. I had to pull pieces out by themselves and eat it, and it tasted good from what I had. So, but yeah, without working out, I know you can lose the weight without working out. I think I'm going to focus on the diet. Hold on, this is from earlier. This is why I'm also mad, because when I did the first video, I was energetic. My eyes were like this throughout the whole video. And then, you know what? I can still use that. No, I can't. There's no audio. Oh my God. Oh, oh my God. I just realized I was talking about saving the scene segment in that video. There's no audio. I do got to re-record it. I got to record that part. So I'll oh my God, I'm so mad. Always check your audio. Oh my God. What was I saying? Oh, diet. Trying to lose the diet. Trying to lose the weight. But yeah, in the other one, I was so energetic and stuff. But now I'm like, I think I'll move my chair. That was another thing I talked about was I need to start actively looking for a new chair. Oh, my earbuds died. Or the little right one died in my earbuds, so I need to find some earbuds. Oh man, I'm just so mad about that. But I need to work on my diet. I was trying to find a diet plan that I can follow for 30 days, and just kind of help me even get better at my diet, because I've cut back a lot, but not enough. I know that because I'm maintaining right now. So I need to figure out how to cut back a little more and increase my activity. Start lifting more, going to the gym more cardio. And I need to work on my speaking also, because I wanted to stop saying and So I'm trying to work on that. I'm getting better. Oh man. Well, that would just remind me when I cleared my throat there. I was downstairs. We were eating. And I can hear myself wheezing. Oh, I can hear myself. My wife said, "Why are you wheezing?" I was like, "I'm not wheezing." And then I sat up and I adjusted myself, and I was like, I can hear myself wheezing now. And I went as hard as I could, and started coughing. And I was like, okay. And then it stopped, and I coughed a little more. It caught me off guard. And they're like, "Oh, you might want to pause. I got another cough coming." And I started coughing. It was like, choked the crap out of me. I had to get up and run to the bathroom, and just this stuff came out of me. It's like, and I was like, oh, my daughter's like, "Oh, warn us next time you do this." Like, I didn't know it was going to do that. It just happened. And yeah. And right now my nose is clogged, and I got this thing I use. Actually, it's gone. I don't know how many people remember Vicks used to have these nose inhalers, and I still have one or two running around here that I use every now and again. And I could use it right now because I can feel myself clogging up. And I cleaned up my desk. I thought it was right here. Oh, there it is. All right, bear with me. Some sound stuff. Oh God. That was too deep. Oh, that one's not enough. Oh. This is generic one. This is CVS generic. Oh, I think that one's dead. I'm going to have to throw that one out. Yeah, that really didn't do anything. I may have to go get the nose spray. I had to stop using nose spray because it dried out my... Oh, man. I think I knocked something loose. I had to stop using nose spray. I was using nose spray too much because it dried out my sinuses, and blood started coming out my nose automatically. Every time I blew my nose or did anything with my nose, blood was just coming out. So I was like, I think I'm going to stop doing the nose stuff. So I did. So that's been a couple weeks. So I might be able to do a squirt here and there. I try to do it before I go to bed. It helped me sleep better. But yeah, it was... Whew. I do feel a little better, but yeah, it's nowhere near as strong as it used to be. So it's old. It's really old. It's just a nose inhaler. So I'm gonna toss it and see if I haven't really seen them much. I might have to look online and see if I can find some. But those things are awesome. If you can find a good one, and next thing you know, yeah, I'm still clogged, but I recommend them. But I forgot what I was originally talking about. I was talking about my diet, trying to find a better diet, and like today, but weather-wise, just segue right there, the most awesome segue ever. Weather-wise, yesterday it was supposed to snow. My wife was supposed to be working late. She canceled the program. They were having teenagers come to her job. She works in the medical field, and they were having teenagers come. She canceled it because it was supposed to snow really bad. Then it didn't really snow that bad. Still wasn't good weather. It just got really cold. And then that night, they also canceled school for today, which is Friday. And it looked like it just rained. So these kids kind of went to school. Gen Z is so weak. But no, I was like, yeah, it's better be safe than sorry. But yeah, it was no big deal. They could have went to school, but I understand. A lot of times, especially where I live, a lot of kids live far out, way far out, and sometimes it's better just to cancel school because of that. They got to travel further than most kids. But it's all good. The kids got an extra day off. They got all next week off. So next week, I'll try to go to the gym, work out right after work, and hopefully get back to routine. My goal is to go back to doing 3 days a week. And hopefully, because I think when I was doing 3 days a week, my cardio was actually better because I was doing full body workouts. So I might go back to doing that. I would do upper body first and then go do legs. So I might do that again. Start with upper body. Just spend the main reason I split up is I was spending so much time there. It takes at least an hour, hour and a half to do the full workout that I was doing. Now I know I'm talking about people, they spend hours there, but those people usually spend hours on one thing. I'm hitting everything. I'm doing the full upper body workout, like chest, arms, back, shoulders, everything. And then I'm doing legs, full leg workout, and then I was doing 12 minutes cardio. So I'm going to try to do that 3 days a week now. But another thing I had talked about was on the other video with no audio. I talked about the sci-fi videos I was making. I stopped doing them because I ran out of videos. I can't think of any other sci-fi shows that I want to see come back. Like, I watched a lot of sci-fi growing up. The problem is I don't necessarily want to see them all come back. I was trying to think of ones that if they were going to pick sci-fi shows to come back, these are the ones I would like to see come back. But the last one I did was Mork and Mindy, and I don't want to see it come back. And I even said that in the videos, like, with Mork and Mindy, it's not so much I want to see it come back. I want to see more like Mork and Mindy. There used to be a time frame, like in the late 80s, 90s, and even early 2000s, there was a lot of shows that put humor in their sci-fi, and I just wanted to see more of that. But yeah, it's sad that we don't have more sci-fi shows like that. I mean, there are still some out there, like was it Alien Resident, and I can't think of any others actually right now. I don't watch too much TV anymore. I stream everything, so if there's new TV shows on with comedy in them, someone sees this, let me know, because I like comedy sci-fi, like Red Dwarf. I love Red Dwarf. That keeps coming back every now and again. But I want to see some new shows, get some new stuff like Alien Resident. I personally could not get into. My mom and sister love it, but for whatever reason, I couldn't get into it. I think it's the lead actor. I like him and stuff, but for whatever reason, I just couldn't click with the show. And what's funny is, I'll see clips that I'll laugh at, but then when I try to watch the whole show, it's like, I don't know why I can't get into it. It's like I wanted to get into it, and then it's like, it's the best way to put it. It's like, I can see it's a good show, but it's just not clicking for me. Another thing I talked about was Trump's picks, and MAGA's getting mad and making up stories like Southern white women are saying they're going to get jumped, or they're getting jumped. I was like, whatever. No one cares about you. If anything, people are just sitting back being like, well, you voted for him. Let's see what happens. And some of them are realizing they made a huge mistake. Because with his picks that he's making, it's like, are you kidding me? Because the majority of the people all the people he's picking, none of them are qualified for the positions they're in. Even Dr. Oz, he's not qualified. People, but he's in the medical field. He's not qualified for that particular position. Just because you're in the medical field doesn't mean you're qualified to do everything in the medical field. So, yeah, he should not be in there. Everyone he's picking should not be chosen. And then that Fox guy, he wants him to be the head of defense. God, I hope he's joking. I hope he comes back, I was just joking about that. But so far, he hasn't come back and gone psych. It's like, So, yeah, and the rest of the world is just looking at us going, oh, my God, what is wrong with you people? So, we'll see. And Matt Gaetz supposedly is not going to run next year. Hopefully he goes to jail. From everything I hear about that guy, he needs to go to jail. So, and then speaking of jail, there's the streamer who's going to be going to jail, hopefully, in North Korea. That was something else I talked about, was like prank videos and all those people. Like, I was saying, don't be nice to those people no more. If they come up pranking you, knock them out. I don't care. If you come up to me and doing stuff, I'm going to knock you out. I'm not that guy. I'm not in the mood to be pranked. And that one guy that was going around, like, he walk around like this and bump you in and his body cut. Let me tell you something. I'm 6 foot, 367 pounds, and this ain't all fat. That bodyguard comes up to me, I'm probably going to grab him by the balls and be like, you get to take this ass whooping then. And I'm going to beat his ass. I'm going to beat that bodyguard's ass for what that guy did. So I said, I hope you're getting paid enough, because that's what's going to happen. I'm going to grab your balls. I'm going to probably rip them off your body, shove them down your throat, and just beat your ass. You know, you want to be a prank guy, go ahead and do it. And when I get done beating your bodyguard, just remember, you no longer have a bodyguard. So who's going to protect you now? So, yeah. But, yeah, these prank streamers, I can't believe they're still around, actually. It's like, why are they still around? It's like, go away. I think the more successful YouTubers or streamers or influencers are the ones who realize that's not a thing to do anymore. You know, you got to evolve. You got to do more stuff. And the ones that evolve and do more and grow are the ones that are still out there making money. Even what's his name, Jake Paul. You get, as much as I don't like the guy, you got to respect the hustle. I mean, he's still out there. He's still trying to be relevant. The Tyson Paul fight. Give me a second. My nose is running now. You guys get to watch everything. Oh my God. So it opened me up. So it's still working apparently enough to where it just opened me up. Oh my God. It just kicked in all of a sudden. So we'll see what happens. I'll probably have a sneezing fit here. But yeah, the Paul Tyson fight. So many people. Don't get me wrong, I like Abba and Preach, but Abba and Preach were saying the reason Tyson lost is because he's old. If you watch it, his legs are wobbly, blah, blah, blah. No, that's not why he lied. I thought they realized it. This damn thing was rigged from the start. All those fights are fake. Jake Paul is paying people to take dives. Every time I hear someone talking about, oh, it's because he was old, he's old. That's not why he lost. He lost because he made $20 million or something like that. If someone paid me $20 million to take a dive, guess what? I'm taking a dive. It's $20 million. Like if someone said, hey, here's $20 million, give me your login to your work. Boom, here's my login. Sorry, work, but they just paid me $20 million. I'm taking the $20 million, putting it in an offshore account because, you know, it's probably going to be a police investigation or something like that. Oh no, everything just went dead. Hopefully still recording. Holy crap, that was scary. What happened? Oh wow, that seriously, everything, this happened to me once before I was doing something. The screen's turned on. I think this, well no, I moved stuff recently. So why would it, I hate when it does that. My computer is old. I need to replace it. I think the next computer I am going to buy it outright. This might be my last computer I ever build because I'm just tired of building computers. I used to enjoy it, but I don't enjoy it anymore. After I built this last one, I was like, I'm going to build me a new computer. But as I was building it, I kind of just wanted to get through it. Then I had issues with it, like the processor didn't work. But it turned out it was the memory. The memory was bad. Actually, I think it may have been the processor and the memory. But either way, I'm not in the mood to build my computers anymore. Now that's something new. I didn't talk about it on the other stream. But yeah, I'm just not in the mood to build my computers anymore. I think I am just going to start buying them. Like I bought my son a gaming computer. It wasn't that expensive. He doesn't need a high-end, expensive gaming computer. But I think next time I buy a computer, I'm going to make sure it has enough hard drive space, or I'm going to buy another hard drive to replace the one that's in there, a much bigger hard drive. But yeah, I think no more building computers for me. I think that time has passed. Because you can buy some really nice computers once again. Because it went in phases. Like in the beginning of computers, it was better to build your own computer. Then it got to a point it was easier to buy a computer. But then it got to a point where when you bought the computer, it came with so much bloat on it that you spent almost an hour uninstalling stuff. Like, I don't need this, I don't need to. And sometimes it wasn't too bad as some of the stuff it came with. Like, I got free word processor stuff. It wasn't Office, it was other stuff I got. They used to come with encyclopedias installed on them. You could get them updated, connecting to the internet. And sometimes they come with games on them, which were nice. There were some nice games that it came with. But then, after a while, they still put the software on there, but then you had to buy the software. Like, you get a free trial. It's like, well, let me just uninstall it then. And that's when I really got into building my own computer. It's like, I'm tired of the bloatware, so I would just build my own. And build it the way I wanted it, to my specs, and that's what happened. But now, I got a case in the basement I'm not using. I threw out another case I wasn't using. I got a monitor sitting back in the back. So yeah, so my next computer, I'm going to keep my 3 monitors. They were expensive. But yeah, if I get the money, I'm definitely buying a computer this time. Probably do some searching and buy a good computer. But yeah. Nice segue from the streamers to talking about computers. My computer had me freaking out thinking it was crashing. I'm still checking the audio. I'm looking at the audio, make sure. I think I'm too far from the mic because it's not respond. Oh my God, I hope I pushed the mic away. Hopefully it caught some of that audio. I need a secondary mic. That's what it is. But I forgot what I was. Oh, another thing I talked about was Shaboozey, the CMAs. To start off with Shaboozey, the song I liked, but him I don't. I watched his video, and right off the bat, I got a bad vibe about him. Because I watched that video, I was like, there's something about this. I let it go. I was like, okay, it's just one song. I haven't heard any other stuff. So, but then later, I saw maybe 1 or 2 now, maybe a little more, all got that same vibe basically. And some have said they've seen other videos, and it's like, yeah, he does. It was kind of like he doesn't need our support. It was like, damn. But the CMAs were wrong in so many ways. One is the racism. It was blatant racism. People were saying microaggressions, but yeah, it was just racism. No way. They were just being. Country music is racist. Let's be honest about it. People in the country music industry, they don't want anyone who's not white in it. And it's sad because there was a lot of, when country music was created by black people. Majority of all music in America was created by black people. Even the British scene music over there was spearheaded by black people. But then it became white music, and when black people try to get back into it, the racism comes out, and it's just sad. It's like, it's music, just let people sing the music and let people listen to it. Why do you gotta try to take away everything? It's like, just let us exist, you know? People upset about How to Train Your Dragon. People upset about The Little Mermaid. People upset about this and that. Well, what if we took black people and made them white? You did. You've been doing that. And it hasn't stopped. You took Arab. You took Egyptians. You took Spanish. You took everything and made it white. But then when someone takes a white person and makes them black, suddenly it's the end of the world. So just shut up with that crap. Oh, man. Then some more ignorant people. I think they were Hispanic, but still ignorance. They probably consider themselves white because they did look white. Yes, I know. You're coming along for the ride. I'm not editing this out. I'm leaving it in. Let's see. I'll get up close to the mic. There's nothing on in case you wonder. I did look. But I'm clogging up again. I don't want to take another hit. Like I said, this one was weak. I got one more in the bedroom. I don't feel like getting it. Hold on. Let's try this again. Oh, God. My ears popped. I could hear again. I was talking about some bad parents. So these parents were in the school because their son... Oh, I'm clogging up. Everything's clogging up. The parents were in the school because their son pushed a girl down. The parents start flipping out on the resource officer to the point where the dad swings on the resource officer, takes her taser, and they get arrested. The dad gave the resource officer a concussion, so dad's definitely going to jail. Mom is probably going to jail too because she shoved the resource officer, even though the husband was in the wrong. She shouldn't have shoved the resource officer. She should just let him get arrested. And then, based on all that information, I guarantee you that husband beats his wife. This isn't a joke. I guarantee you he beats her. He probably beats his kid. And they're horrible parents. Maybe this will be the wake-up call she needs to grab the kid and run. Then again, maybe she doesn't deserve to be rescued. I don't know the whole story, but I guarantee you at home, he's a violent person. She's probably a violent person. And the kid, that's what he knows. So he's a violent person. Hopefully the kid still has a chance to change. No, I believe it's never too late to change. Unless you're dead, it's never too late to change. But yeah, if that's your first reaction to discovering your kid is beating up girls, your son is beating up girls, then yeah, you're not a good parent. But yeah, I saw that video and I was just like, she should have just had that taser out from the beginning and just tased his ass. As soon as he swung on me, I would have dropped back, pulled the taser, and bzzz, dropped him. Then if the wife came for me, flip that clip off, maybe hit the wife with the taser gun itself, get her to back off, slap on a new cartridge, and tase her ass too. But yeah, the whole situation has got all blown out proportion because of the parents. The parents reacted completely wrong. But I did see something about in the comments, like, I thought they were talking about the cop, but they were talking about the mom apparently works in the school district, and she lost her job. So yeah, she needs to lose her job. But speaking of teachers, there was something about a teacher who was stealing kids' jewelries and pawning it, and she got caught. And it's like, what is going on? Just horrible adults doing things to kids. It's like, geez, stop it. But one of the things I talked about with Reddit stories, I was going to start listening to Reddit, because I talked about this before, and at first I wasn't going, but I'm going to do it now. I'm going to just do it and see what happens. If it gets copyright strike, get a copyright strike. But I'm going to do it, and what I'm going to do is just take other people's Reddit stories. Like, I'm not going to take their entire podcast and listen to it. Like, I'm going to take one story, like Smosh does it, and that's the only one I can think of the name, because there's a whole bunch out there, and I can't think of their names. But I'm going to take like one story from each of them and listen to it, and that'll just be it. That'll replace the sci-fi shows. I'll start doing that, and then I can do for a while till I think of something else to do. And that's one thing. When I did the last sci-fi show, I talked about this, where that's kind of what this channel is. It's just me doing whatever I want. I might keep doing the podcast just because since I cut it to a half hour, I don't feel as much pressure on me. I was trying to fill an hour, but now I just go, as long as I hit the 30-minute mark, I'm good. And then the rest is just extra. It's just butter, straight butter. But yeah. Oh, let me adjust myself. Gotta find a new chair. But, and the audio is working. Thank God. No, I'm not religious. But, yeah. Oh my God. Okay. Now, in the audio, I thought I was going to be able to save when I kept thinking, oh, I'll just cut it from that video. Then I just, you know, I'm sitting here, you know, saying that because earlier I said, oh, let me get the video out the trash. I deleted it. Then as I'm talking, I realized there's no audio. I can't go, because I'll go back and watch it and see what I can get out of it. I don't know. I can't read lips. So it's not going to do me no good. So I just deleted it. But yeah, it was just like, oh, the audio. I was thinking I was more energetic in that video too, which is the worst part. But I forgot what I was going to say. That didn't change from the last video. I kept blacking out there. But oh, I was talking about the length of the videos because I talked about Internet City. Their videos are anywhere from half hour to an hour, and they're the first one that I've seen actually kind of do that. Most of them try to do an hour, and then everything else is extra. My goal is to do a half hour, and then everything is extra. So, out of all the people whose podcasts I watch, and so, yeah. Oh yeah, the thing I was going to do like a parental advisory voiceover and have a black screen with what I said. So let me try and do that again. Parental advisory. I forgot what I was going to say. I can't remember what I said. I said parental advisory. Everything from this point is going to be adult. Fair warning. The fair warning I just added. Parental advisory. Everything from this point will be adult. Fair warning. This is not going to be kid friendly. Okay, so I'm going to use that, clean it up, and I'm going to try to create a segment where at that point I'm going to talk about some stuff. Did I talk about that just now? I think I talked about it on the other video where I'm going to stop holding back so much. I'm not going to try to do stuff to where it gets my wife in trouble or anything like that. I don't want to lose my job. Don't want my wife losing her job, but I'm not going to hold back as much. So I want to have that section just adults only. That's what I'll say. At the top, I'll have to say adults only. Then, let me re-record it. Okay. Adults only. Parental advisory suggested. From this point on, everything will be adult. Nah, I don't like that either. See, adults only. Okay. Parental advisory. Adults only. Everything that. Okay, I can do this. Bear with me, people. Parental advisory. Adults only. Everything from this point on will be adult topics. This will not be kid-friendly. Fair warning. Ooh, I like that. Okay. Oh, I wish I had a separate audio channel. I usually have a separate audio channel, but I didn't put it. See, if the first time around, this is the first time I didn't throw it up. I don't know why I didn't open up the other audio channel to record as well, because I used this single mic to record. But now what I'm thinking is I may use that audio. I may set the recording software to the camera mic and then use the other one with this mic, because I had it that way before for the longest, and I don't know why. Oh, this thing disconnected this will disconnect sometimes. It's just USB mic. So, and then that's on both. Well, anyway, let's go to adult topic. So the adult topic for today is adult toys. So basically what happened is I get curious about stuff. I mean, my name is Felix. It's a curiosity killed the cat. I'm not even sure how I got onto it, but I got to just somehow adult toy popped up and I just started going down the rabbit hole of adult toys. And I got to thinking, if adult toys had been around the way they are now, I may not have kids. Hell, I may not even be married. You know, I probably would I'd be home with a collection of adult toys. But yeah, I was looking at some of this stuff and it's like, wow. And a lot of it was really expensive. But what's funny is a lot of the cheap stuff when it first came out was really expensive, like when I was young. And now it's cheap. And there's cheap versions, cheaper, better versions of that. Like when I came out, high-end dolls were blow-up dolls and stuff, literal blow-up dolls. But now, as I got older, they had like the $5,000 dolls, $5,000 to $10,000. And now those dolls you can get them as cheap as $1,500. And they still look good. And it's like, wow. And so yeah, so if that stuff had been around the way it is now when I was a kid, I probably would have bought one and never went out. It's like, why would I go out? I could just buy it. There, I'm happy. Yeah, because that's all I want is the physical part. Well, back then, that's all I wanted. I was young and dumb and needed release, you know. But the rabbit hole part, kind of when I got to thinking, what else is out there now? You know, what's all the new stuff? And I just looking and looking and looking. And then at some point, I saw something pop up for Amazon. I was like, Amazon? Amazon sells this stuff. And so I went to Amazon and I was like, oh, Amazon has this stuff. I was like, I can order this through Amazon. And it was just interesting, all the different stuff they had. And there's a lot of tentacles. A lot of tentacles. A lot of tentacles. There's even like a tentacle add-on for the guy to use on their partner. I was just like, wow, I would have never thought of that. I take that back. I probably could have thought of it. But yeah, it was just a lot of tentacles. Different types of tentacles that look like the guy, you know, like, and there was one that was the heads just like stacked. I was like, that's interesting. I don't know if I would have thought of that. But the way my mind works, I may have thought of it eventually. But yeah, there were so many interesting ones. And then the ones for men were interesting. Like, there were some that looked like actual women and some that looked like actual men, you know, because there's guys who like men. But then there are stuff that looks like sci-fi stuff with handles that you hold like this. And I'm just like, what the hell is that? And oh my God, there's so much stuff. And I was just looking and it was just so interesting. Like there's so much stuff now and there's so much more selection for guys. So that's what I mean. Like if the selections they have now for men existed back when I was younger, I probably wouldn't have dated as much. I wouldn't need it to. I probably would have been a lot more relaxed and focused. But then I got to thinking, I wonder what they got for under $60. I wonder what they got for under $70 or $50. Went all the way down to $20. Then I went all the way down to like $10. And then I ended up going like around $17. I set it to $17 and I was like, I'm going to go through all this. And at $17, there was 4,700 items. That was men and women stuff, but 4,700 and change items. 4,700 and change. I don't think you heard me. 4,700 and change. That was 197 pages. Yeah. I saw that and I was like, I gotta go through it. I went through all 197 pages. I don't know why. I just sat there looking at this stuff on Amazon, like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And for $17, there was so much to choose from. I was like, man, if I was gay, I'd be in heaven right now. And just being straight, I was like, oh my God, if I was straight and single, I would be experimenting. I'd be experimenting so bad. I'm like, oh, I'm going to try that one. I'm going to try that one. I'm going to try that one. It's like, wow. Now, I know this one exists, but I've seen it used different ways, but the hook. Amazon sells the hook. The hook, like, I guess you use it on yourself. You know, hooks in the rear there. Yeah. And I guess there's one that's long enough that goes for women, goes all the way around, and you can get your front. And then there's one that goes in both and on a hook. And I'm like, I've seen it, and it's like, I still don't get it. It's like, because it's not pull. I don't know, but it's a thing. And then there's stuff for. I wonder if can I say that they had straps. I can maybe put it that way for the women to wear, and on the women it had something for the back and something for the front, and then something on the front so they can use it on their partner. And then all three were tentacles. I looked at it. I was like, at first glance, I looked at it. Well, that's odd looking. And I looked again. I was like, oh, they're all three tentacles. It's like, okay. And then they had miniature male members. And I'm like, why is there miniature male members? And then it like, oh, that's sort of, the back side. Is it a pocket member? Like they had the pocket thing for men? And of course, the way my mind thinks, the reason I also thought this for this little member, let me back up. I was looking at the pocket stuff for men, and they have the lollies. They have a lolly one, and when I saw it, I was like, yeah, I know your target audience. Before I even read the title, I was like, I know your target audience with that one. And the fact that it's legal is also kind of weird. But if you saw it, you'd be like, oh, that's kind of obvious who you're aiming at towards. And so when I saw the little one, I thought, no, my first thought was that for the back? And then I was like, but there are women who like that stuff. So I was like, nah, that can't be. But either way, because some of them did, so it's like, oh my God. But there was so much stuff. And there's so much. There were some that were just like plain. Some for the guys, there was just a tube with a hole in on both sides. Like one tube was smaller than the other hole, or one hole was smaller than the other hole. And they had mouths with teeth in them. I was like, it has teeth, and it had, like the teeth kind of moved. It was like they thought this out to where even the cheap ones, the teeth kind of moved. I'm like, whoa! I'm thinking, for $20, I could get. I got to be honest. I was curious. I literally thought, well, no one's around. I have a credit card. My wife doesn't log into that credit card. I didn't buy it. I thought about it. I want to touch it. That's really the thing. I just want to touch it. And the higher ones they have, like, it was the full torso, like on their, like they were in doggy. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. That's under $10. And I click on it. The thing fits in the palm of your hand. I'm like, that'd be like, nah, that seems weird to me. But there's guys that like that, and it's popular. So it's like, okay. And then they had big ones, like literally about this big, for around $40 or $50. I was like, and I literally went, yeah, I could see that. I was like, oh my God. I was like, I just saw this stuff and I think, oh my God, if I was young and alone and lonely, I would buy that in a heartbeat. It's like, it's big enough. And then they have one that's like, I can't even fit my arms in the screen. It's literally that big. It's like your whole face can go in it. And it's like you be on this like this. You have to go, oh. And I saw that when I was like, is that for real? And there were different ones. There was one where it was like basically a fat woman, derriere, on her knees. And I'm like, this exists, and it does. And like the real dolls, they have fat real dolls. I was like, now there was one of those. Here's something that I still haven't been able to figure out. I think is a scam. They said it was $15 for one of those real dolls on Amazon. I'm like, this is a scam, hands down scam. And well, I literally thought $15. I'm gonna have to go talk to my wife. Like, I just want to see it. I just want to touch it. But I yeah, I saw that and I was just like, if that's really $15, I have to buy it. I have to buy it, but it wasn't. I'm pretty confident it wasn't. But yeah, it's just like, wow. The amount of choices. And they had lots of plugs. The thing though with the plugs is there was one plug that was like, I can't describe it. It was open. It wasn't like little openings. It was like a solid, like there's a space. I'm trying to think, like, closed off, like almost like this. If you know the angle, so, oh, that's almost right. So it was like an opening, but the opening was like about that wide. And it went all the way down to the base, like it spiraled all the way down to the base. But I'm looking at this, and I was thinking that's actually not a good thing to have it open. And it's not because, stuff will collect in it. It's completely open, and you can, from the outside, you can get to, you don't have to worry about washing it. The thing I was thinking was, that area is a sensitive area, and it could swell up. What if while you're in there, I almost closed my fingers, but what if while you're in there, it swells up and squeezes around it, it's squeezing. That's flesh. Flesh can get into this tooth, the backside of it broke, and the flesh grew inside of it real easy. It just went in, and I had to have it cut out and root canal and all that stuff. Now I was thinking, flesh when it swells, if something's around it or something's constricting it, it will go into let's see, say I had a bracelet on and see how my fat's going in between there. That's what I was thinking. What if the swelling went in between though? It's not like you can just pull it out. But now that I think about the design, it did have a twist. Maybe you could twist it out. But then again, if it swells to the point where it goes and it wraps around, it's open on one side, but it's swollen around it. So you still would have to be careful pulling it out. Because I was thinking of it that way. But as you can see, my mind thinks of stuff. But yeah, all those choices. I won't lie, I'm still tempted to buy one. It was only $20. I may have to talk to my wife. See if she wants to touch it too. But yeah, it was like, I just want to touch it. I just want to touch it. See what it feels like. I mean, granted, versus spending $20 versus a couple $100, it's probably going to feel different. But oh my God, if I do buy it, I'll let you know. But yeah, I went through all 197 pages. So many options, so many rings for the guys. Rings. Rooster rings. There we go. I'll call them rooster rings. And there was one, like the cuff for blood pressure. They pretty much have one like I kind of, let me rephrase. I know they exist, the pumps, and for for the rooster. And but this one was like automatic, like it was just a ring, and you just hit a button, and it, you know, sort of like the wrist pump to take your blood pressure. You just clamp it on there, and it pumps up. It was kind of made me think of that, except it was a full circle, and I was like, that's interesting. And oh, extenders! They had a lot of extenders for guys. I was like, sorry, my brain went blank thinking about the pumping up. But yeah, there was so much choices, and I'm thinking, if any of this stuff existed when I was younger, I would have had a collection of it. I'm sorry, I would have. I would have been blowing money on it. I would have been wasting the money on it left and right. It's just, there was so much to choose from. And I can see why a lot of guys and a lot of women would choose to go that route. I mean, one, it's easier. You don't have to talk to anyone. You don't have to, until you get lonely, of course. But otherwise, you know, your physical needs, you can meet that now. Just go online and order it. But yeah, it was a lot. I saw that and I was just like, wow, there's so much stuff. And again, a lot of tentacles. I mean, there was tentacles on every page. I don't think there was one page that didn't have some kind of tentacle on it. And it did have like the multiple tentacles things too. Like there's one, I think it had 4 tentacles. And they weren't skinny as my finger. They were thick tentacles. So I'm like, where are you putting all 4? You know, 3 I could see. Well, 4, where was the 4th one going? It's like, I don't know. I'm trying to think, but yeah, they had tentacles, and they had tentacle for men, like it went on, and it was tentacles around that, and you know, hooks in the opening back there. And then they had, what was that one I saw? I'm trying to think. Oh, my nose is clogging up again. All right, some more microphone time. This is tissue. Hole 1. Let's try hole 2. Let's see. Hope you guys enjoy that. But yeah, there's so many things. There was like I said, there was spacecraft stuff, like sci-fi stuff, like you hold on to it, and then there's, oh god, there's so many things. It's just like, wow. Like I said, they had those ones that like fit in your hand and stuff, and they had some that were like about the width of your hand, like, but the area kind of came out, but still it was like, that's, then, oh, now that I think about it, maybe that was geared towards a certain audience. I just thought of that because of the size of it. Like the other one was like 20 pounds, about yay wide. I was like, okay, I can see that. But the other one was a little smaller, about yay wide. I was like, now that I think about it, it's like, oh, okay, maybe not that one. But yeah, it was just like, wow, there's so many choices for under $20. And this was just Amazon. Who, you know, if you go to other sites, you probably get even more options, better quality. It's just like, I couldn't believe it. It's like, if I had this many options when I was a kid or when I was in my 20s, oh my God. And then I know there's other gels to use, but KY was always my go-to. And I've used others, but I always go to KY because it seemed to always be the best. I was curious, is there any out there that other people use that you think is better than KY? If there is, let me know. But now, as for this segment here, adult, I won't be talking about just adult toys. I'll be talking about other things. Maybe I'll even talk politics a little, but that's why I'll put the warning up and go more in depth on stuff. Maybe not more in depth, but more of my opinion on stuff. But I want to try to find some more stuff to talk about, just crazy stuff. But yeah, that was so interesting. It was just so much stuff. And that was only for $20. I thought to myself, what if I set it, you know, to the max that they offer, like $5,000? Who knows what would turn up? I mean, the dolls turn up on there. I know that because when I first went there, the dolls turned up. And yeah, there's so much stuff. And like I said, that was just Amazon. I'm thinking There used to be a site called Adam and Eve. I should check them out. But yeah, that was some adult talk, and that's all I got for right now. But yeah, interesting week. So maybe I'll try to do that more often. It may not be every podcast, but if I got some adult stuff to talk about, I'll put the warning and go from there. I'll try to do it. Oh my goodness. It dislodged on me, people. Oh God. But I'll try to do that at the end of the podcast. But otherwise, everyone take care. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And keep an eye out for my new segment on reacting to Reddit stories. And don't forget to check out my React channel. All right, everyone. Take care. Bye.